you if you joined the circus, what would you be?
Hula hoop. I'm already so good at it.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would be. Yeah, you would be.
Girl, I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you. So I was okay. This is so cringe, and I hope that God takes me from this mortal coil for this. But when we're like working on the graphics and everything for Open Sauce, and you like came over, and it was just like you and me and Bao. I wanted so badly to somehow organically be like, oops, a hula hoop. Who put that there? What? I guess I should. I can't say no, can I?
Was there a hula hoop there?
No, but there could have been.
Oh, that's true. Like, you could have brought one and, like, planned it, like, casually. Yeah,
and then just been like, oh, who left this hula hoop here? Crazy.
Wait, I mean, aren't there ones that, like, you kind of fold, that can, like
collapsible ones are kind of butts though, because like if you get them moving fast enough, right, then they just kind of like
they collapse.
Yeah, it's like really. So there are some where they only have one joint, right, and like you can like loop them twice and then put them through that joint. But even then, they're pretty bad for traveling with. I honestly think the best way to do it, because they're so cheap, is just like DoorDash yourself. Yeah, a hula hoop when you get there. It's just way better.
Okay. Next time though, if we're in the same vicinity and there's like a random hula hoop laying around, you know, definitely, you know, just
and then I could show, and you and Bao would be like, sick tricks, Ellie, very cool.
Yeah, we'd clap and like it would be like, wow.
Yeah.
What a performance.
What a performance. Wow, Ellie, you shouldn't be a VTuber, you should join the circus.
You should join. That's so rude. Like, you should quit your job, your hobby, everything, and you should join the circus. Actually, you're probably better suited for that.
Is there hula hoop brand elitism? No. So it's actually the opposite for me. Personally, my favorite kind of hula hoop to use is the cheap plastic kind that they used to sell at Target, Maui wave hoops. You could also get them at Five Below. They don't make these anymore, and it kills me. You can buy really expensive hula hoops. People make them out of PVC, but usually people buy these as beginners, or they buy them for very specific kinds of dance where you're not really doing a lot of impressive tricks, or if you are, you're doing them really slowly. So basically, the bigger the diameter of the hula hoop and the heavier it is, the more inertia it's gonna have, right? And so it's going to be harder to reverse direction, it's going to be harder to change axis, things like that. And the rotation itself is going to be slower, right? So tricks cannot be as fast, etc. And if you try and spin it faster so that you can do tricks faster, it's going to bruise you, it's going to hurt. The advantage is that if you're not very good at hula hooping, a big, heavy hula hoop is much easier to use. You don't have to move as quickly, you can mess up a few times in a row and it won't fall down, right? It'll just kind of keep its own momentum. So people have this feeling of like, oh, a weighted hula hoop, weight is exercise, but actually bigger, heavier hula hoops are much less exercise. They are much easier to use, and that is their main advantage. So if you are a beginner, find yourself a big, heavy hula hoop. But if you, like me, want to do a lot of sick hula hoop tricks, what you need is a hula hoop that is about your hip height, if not just a little bit higher, very light as possible, and made out of a very stiff plastic that will only deform when you spin it very, very quickly. I don't know why I told you all that. No one asked. That is the most boring rant I've ever gone on. Chrchie, what would you do in the circus?
What? No, I was listening and telling. That's the thing too. I really hate like super heavy, like thick hula hoops.
Yeah.
Like they're really hard to use. Like who uses those?
They're so annoying. They're so painful.
What's it for? Have you ever done like other like acrobat like ribbons or like balls or like
So hula hooping is a form of contact juggling, and you're gonna find a lot of things in common. I think poi are like a natural ally, right? Anytime I've ever tried poi. Okay, so basically when you're hula hooping, right? And I want it to be clear, there are a lot of people who do hoop dance as a thing, who do hula hoop tricks as part of rhythm gymnastics. I am maybe one of the only people on earth who was like bored and socially stunted enough that I put all of my skill points into just hula hoop tricks, just for me, no resources. But anyway, this is how I think about it in my head, right? You have on-body work and you have off-body work. And the things that you do off-body are very much like any sort of baton twirling, very much like poi. They're more like poi than baton twirling. And you're gonna occasionally be doing things that align with like ball contact juggling, right? times when you still the hoop's motion completely and you're doing isolations, right? Where you're totally only moving your hand to create the illusion that the hoop is standing still, right? And that kind of thing is a little bit more like contact juggling. When you're on your body, there's not much that's like hula hooping. Right, when it's on your body, it's pretty specific.
Of anything.
Yeah, there's nothing really else that you do that's like
it's similar to hula hooping on body hula hooping. I can't think of anything.
But with that said, like you just don't do that much on body, right? Like in terms of like what on body tricks I can do, right? It's a lot of transferring it between different parts of your body, right? It's a lot of like because for example, to roll over, you have to take it off of your body unless you want to do it so slowly because it takes forever to change the axis of rotation, even with like a very light and small hula hoop.
I'm very jealous because I've just never really had any physical activity or thing that I really enjoyed that much. And it sounds like hula hooping for you is like, it's just the one thing that you could always find enjoyment in. That's like a physical activity. I don't really have any of that.
Well, you should try hula hooping. Maybe you'll love it.
Well, I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
Because it looks hard.
It's super not hard. It's super not hard. I will teach you if you want. It's like embarrassing how much I still do it. Like I talk about oh god, when I was a cringe little kid and I used to hula hoop for hours every day, I would literally wake up early. I would set an alarm on weekends so that I could put on, this is so cringe, I need you to understand, so that I could put on my little gymnastics outfit and go outside onto the back deck and hula hoop and practice my tricks all day in front of my sister's broken old dorm mirror that I would lean up against the side of the house. I would just literally do it all day, and then I would go inside and I would eat just an unholy amount of peanut butter, and then I would do the same thing the next day. It was all I would do.
Yeah, you gotta get the energy.
I talk about oh my god, it's so cringe that I used to love hula hooping that much. I used to do hula hooping that much, and then people come over to my house and they're like, Ellie, you have 4 hula hoops, and it's yeah, I do it every day. I still hula hoop so much.
Good though. Well,
dude,
just to stay active.
I mean, I run and I do yoga and stuff. I feel those are normal adult woman active
you can do it
activities.
in your home, in your living room. You don't need to,
I wish I had a place to do it outside. All I want in the world is a place to do it outside, because there's something so nice about doing it outside, but I also don't want anyone to see. And I don't have the privacy.
Yeah, I think, okay,
we're
gonna get married, and then we're gonna get a mansion, and then you're gonna have a hula hooping yard.
My yard to hula hoop.
Yeah, it's literally gonna be a hula hooping yard, and then also we're gonna have a cat sanctuary.
Yeah, we did discuss that. We're gonna be old cat ladies together.
Yeah. This is my dream, actually. The hooping headquarters. I like it.
I actually get some imposter syndrome about calling it hooping, because a lot of times when people call it hooping, they're talking about the very, very specific art of big twirly hoop, kind of hippie-ish dance movements, and it's all sort of based on the fire hoops. And it's really, it's a beautiful art form, but as we've discussed, I can't dance. When I do this, in my head as a child, this was all very Tony Hawk Pro Skater. This wasn't you are one with the hoop within the circle of life, right? Which is people are very spiritual about hooping. I need you to understand that for me, in my head, it was electric guitar, and it was this is so cool. I'm so cool for this.